never slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no...
We were at this point yesterday, Peter.
Yeah, well, the track temperature is way down. I don't. That's what's making the difference. But of course, very different track temperature
than Rico Salmela last time around. Still the only rider setting 144s.
Still running.
The inside line overtakes Pratama through the middle of the corner. It's time for 2A and 2B.
Yeah, a different time of day, different weather completely.
Riders were able to go 1.3 seconds faster.
A very smooth run out front. I think you know, Carpe's allowed himself to get. It is hard on the brakes. It was very ragged last time, and it's so. Let's hope they keep.
Master in the race yesterday. That was Maximo Quiles on an absolute mission, a 144.2. You can see
drop back to 5th place. I don't know if he should be quite happy with that. And as I say that, he's moved it all together.
So close! Oh my goodness!
Carpe with a superb drive out ahead of Brian Iriarte.
The difference with that 145.5.
And Quiles is getting back on terms with that leading trip, back up to 4th. Quiles is there in 2nd, ahead of the 28 of Quiles in 3rd place, ahead of Veda Pratama, then Peroni. Oh, he's dragged Rico Salmela with him, and soon it'll be a whole bunch of about 10 or 15 guys battling for the lead. Rico Salmela, then Carpe.
Lennox Famara has had a long lap penalty. Got down, the front end bobbled, and it went away from him. That's Iriarte out. You never see him make a mistake. Oh, Kevin Farkas has gone down. That's a shame for technically the local rider, the Hungarian, relatively local rider, the Swiss rider, nor the Talent Cup like that normally, but that's given a few bite lengths to Carpe. It's Quiles in 2nd place, and plenty of support for him this weekend. He had a great result yesterday. That's a shame.
Yeah, best result. He was at 11.
Rider there, he's down in 20th space at the moment.
And Carpe, what?
Peroni in 3rd. Is that it and done, Peter?
Well, as you say, Brian never makes a mistake. Wasn't the best result of his season yesterday. Shame to see him in the gravel this morning. Oh, up the inside there, just asked a couple of people to go from, I think, 4th to 2nd. Superb. He doesn't want us there like that, but he did. And Carpe now has the advantage. He's got it superb. I wonder if he knows how much still with Brian Iriarte, but he's got Carpe, Peroni, and now Quiles. I'll see Brian get away at all, and has got back on the tail of the fellow special advantage he has. He just has to keep it perfectly together now for the last half a lap.
He might have just given them.
And they've dropped the others by a bit. Quiles and well, that was superb. Side by side. And he takes the lead.
Did a massive advantage to Alvaro Carpe, who still retains the lead. It might be too much for anyone.
And Salmela. So it's a leading 5 now. Yesterday's winner. Well, how can you go one better than winning one race in the weekend? You make it.
Else to chase him. Here's the chasing pack. Then you've got Ruche Moodley leading them through there. Moodley has a couple of a track limits warning, and I say I'm keeping an eye on Morelli, the 95. I mean 14.
A double, and here he goes. It's almost as though he's decided this is the time I'm going to really push.
Guido Pini, my mistake. But let's pay attention back to the front. Final sector time, Peter.
Yes, and it's kick.
It's not what you'd expect from him. He's clearly not feeling in the groove today.
But it's funny, that's been his season, and let's see if he's had something up his sleeve. 8 laps to go.
Someone else that's pushing is the 94, Guido Pini.
He's in 2nd place, ahead of Peroni and the 54 of Veda Pratama. Surely it's going to be sorted out between, hasn't it? You know, great race, not so great race. It's really quite strange, but it still is the 51 of Brian.
He's found his groove. Fastest lap of the race to him last time around, 0.3 of a second quicker than Veda Pratama.
These 4, and they've really got to do something about Alvaro Carpe. He's only got 2 corners to hold it together. Iriarte has the advantage. That's the pack that's chasing to try and get back on terms with them.
Christian Daniel Jr. had a previously then. Could we be seeing 6 riders become 7 towards the end of this one? We're only halfway through the race.
Brilliant through these 2 corners.
Surely it's too far. It's too far. Quiles though. Wow, sides across Peroni. This big moment coming out of turn 9.
So
still Peter.
Yeah, that's right. Now you saw the number 28 there, Maximo Quiles, go off on the blue. That is the blue.
This is it. Carpe's done it. He's wrapped up the win, but who's going to get 2nd place?
It's a double for Carpe, but it's Max
there.
Good. Across the line again. It's a slipstreaming battle there. So I don't think he's going to get penalised for that. It's not the green. That's you know, it's a different thing.
Another right.
Quiles is going to take 2nd place. Who's going to be 3rd? Veda Pratama on the podium.
Veda. He gets
83 of Alvaro Carpe pulls out of Brian Uriarte's slipstream but can't go past on the brakes.
Who has been penalised though is Evan Belford. He's down in 22nd at the moment. He's been given a long lap penalty for exceeding. That just gave him as much time as we see a bizarre replay going on there. Rico is with him then. He's got to make amends after yesterday. How annoyed was he eating track limits like Famara?
Yeah. What you would do, of course, if you ridiculously went over the...
This is technically the race-winning overtake. Out the final corner, just driving it all the way towards turn 1 when you spoke to him after the race.
He was just detuned. You know, he wasn't angry. He was just flew and ran off the track like that. You'd get penalised for gaining an unfair advantage, of course. Yeah, he was superb. When Carpe was brilliant. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the first double of fed up with it, really.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, so now the 28 of Maximo.
Or you end up in the gravel and lose your race completely.
That's right. Right, so it is the 83 of Alvaro Carpe. A season, isn't it? What a time to do it. It's a crucial point in the championship. Diaz slots into second place. Superb that leads. There's the 94 of Guido Pini. Superb, he is.
I'm going to refer you back to a conversation. This is what happened with Uriarte.
Oh yeah, he just... Yeah.
This is much more orderly and sedate than it was yesterday.
Really pushing it now.
And of course, people who just watch Red Bull Rookies, you will have missed the fact that in his very...
You know, it all went wrong on the brakes, didn't he? Sort of bobbled in and he still obviously had to tip it in, but by then he was in big trouble.
A 144.9 from Quiles. He is the fastest rider on track by far. First junior GP weekend, his first race weekend of the year, in fact, on return from injury back in Portimao. He got second.
And the front just tucked.
If you look at Carpe's results at the start of the season, he got a win in the second race in Jerez. He had a 5/10 of a second. That's very, very impressive indeed then. He is a man on a mission. Place and a win in his very first outing in that class. You're looking at a very special young Italian. Odium in France, but he had a couple of races in the start of the season which were a little bit subdued.
But now, as I said yesterday, you know, Brian Uriarte, as long as they haven't changed, and I don't think...
He's now on the hunt to try and join this leading group here in Rookies Cup.
Yeah, superbly talented, isn't he? And he's a lovely character.
By his standards. I did tell Christian Daniel Jr. and Rico Salmella that come the second half of the season...
He would have done. Brian Uriarte has the long gearing, and that works when he's on his own like this, or at least with a clear track. So sad that he missed most of this season through injury.
He's going to turn the wick up and bag as many wins as he can. They went, really? I said, yeah, that's exactly what he's doing.
Well, in back ahead of him, Rico Salmella and some of the other guys are on the short gearing, which helps them punch out of the corner. But
to go then, it's being stretched. Carpe pulling the pin. 144 is what he's done.
That is right. You're dead right, Matt, because you know he was already thinking championship.
Yep. And
Brian was mucked up by people yesterday. I don't think he was able to use the advantage of the long gearing. But
0.8. How about that then? But Pini, 144.5. He is catching them.